Hi guys, today in the very first episode of One Day One Species, let's talk about the sand wasps. Well, to find these guys, pretty much anywhere you can find sand, you can find them, as long as there is some moisture somehow and a bit of vegetation. So here, I found them here, literally. Basically, one day I was like walking around looking for rosemary, and then I kind of noticed like the wasps look really weird around here, right? So I walked around and I find this place, kind of sandy, like a green area or something. Let me show you, right here. So I thought, let's have a look. It turned out I was right. As I came closer, I could see them. And even closer, I could see where they come from, the burrows. Look at that, the city of holes. Pretty cool, isn't it, no? And if you wait enough, they start to come out. Really cute little things. The green eyes, the yellow body is really impressive. They're really bright. As the morning comes, they'll have a little cleaning, and then they come out and start to check around and have a little social life. And obviously, as the sun comes out, the traffic starts to kick in. Well, I did my homework and I managed to ID them somehow. I was saying that because at the first time I saw them, I thought they were like digging bees, but they are actually sand wasps. Digging bees are far higher. These little guys are pretty slick, And well, they are from the tribe Bembix and Framicrabrandidae. I don't know if I pronounce it well. And they are simply like solitary wasps, as you can find many of them everywhere. Sand wasps are called digging wasps as well. Guess why? They dig. They dig and they mean it. Look at this speed. Here a little slow motion, so you actually realize the work they do with the little legs. Pretty impressive. Okay, let me walk you in the amazing world of these sand wasps. First of all, I have to give credit to this amazing book that I found, which is called The Sand Wasps, Natural History and Behavior. I put the link in the description. I explained that basically these wasps do burrows, okay, and they nest inside. But do you know why? Why? Because basically they lay the eggs inside the sand, and they put the egg in little cells, little cavities, little chambers, exactly, which is called, and the larvae grows inside, and then the adult comes out and emerge as an adult and a fully developed adult. The thing is, these wasps are parasitic. They basically use other insects for the larvae to grow on. So I'm gonna show you something. Remember the holes at the entrance of the nests? Basically, they're just a merged part of the iceberg. As you can see here, you have a long tunnel going down the sand. Basically, it's the sand or any sandy material, let's put it like this, and up to 30 centimeters deep. And you have like a little chamber, and this is where the larvae is gonna be. So you have to imagine that the wasp has to walk down all the way, to dig its way in, actually, all the way down, and to make a little chamber where the insects are gonna grow. So the shape are different between depending on the species. And even more amazing, it kind of remind me like the Darwin finches, Basically, different species are gonna occupy different depth in the substrate. Even some species are gonna exploit different angles of the slopes before starting tunneling. So they're really impressive, and some of the species have only one chamber, others have several chambers, up to many chambers, depending on the species. So these guys are Australian species, but you can find them pretty much anywhere, especially the genus Bembix, which is like totally worldwide, anywhere in the world, aside from Antarctica, I guess. Sand wasps are solitary, but they have gregarious behavior. Gregarious, meaning like they aggregate together. So on the same spot, you can find what you think is a colony I mean, a colony in the term like wasp or bees, like, you know, they are all sisters and all females and related to each other. But no, in this case, what you see are both male and female in the same times, in almost 50-50 proportion depending on the season. And the thing is, there might be multi-specific, like you can find several species on the same spot. So we don't know exactly why they come together, if it's just because they need to be together or just because, you know, it seems to, I mean, they just enjoy a particular spot because it's practical to dig in and to burrow and to be happy there, basically. So let's see more about them. Alright, so this is what you get when you Google sand wasp prey. So you will realize the immense diversity of prey they actually use to grow the eggs on. Look at this. This is an amazing picture, by the way. Look at that. The diversity is pretty impressive, even on grasshoppers, lacewigs, chrysops, a lot of different, even odonates, dragonflies. Okay, this one, look at that. Dipteras, especially the gender Bembix use dipteras, like a lot of them. So let me show you something extremely cool. This is a video that I found on YouTube. So I'll put the link on the description too. So you know, whoever made it is not gonna hate me. Look, as it enters, it leaves. You can see the prey. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's like I think it's a pentatomid, like a stingbug. Look at this. It's quite impressive, no? So she's basically gonna lay an egg on it, and it's gonna grow during several weeks or months, depending on the species, until the full adult emerges. So you have to imagine wherever this little guy building the nest in the underground, you have like many little chambers with several preys, stunned prey, because the mother sting the prey so it stays alive. The venom keeps them alive, which is pretty amazing, no? Really cool story is like this fly. This fly is actually a parasite of the prey of the wasp, of the sand wasp. So basically it's called kleptoparasitic. It steals the prey of other parasitic species. And basically when the sand wasp at some point learn how to recognize this guy, when the fly comes around the nest, the wasp then fight it off and scare it away. These wasps have really cool behavior. Sometimes they steal from each other actually. Look. Yeah? Look at this sneaky guy. Up, visiting the nest of the other one. So they wander sometimes, and you know, they really have to close the nest every time they go away to get another prey, in case, you know, someone comes and steal the prey, especially when you have traffic like this, you know. For example, look at here. Up, and then spotted the other guy coming. Meanwhile, as the day passed by, you know, all the wasps had time to socialize and mate and steal from each other. Well, I guess it's time to close up the burrow for good and, you know, let the babies feed on the stunned prey as they grow. Look at how cute they are. Bye, little guy. Alright, well, if you managed to watch the video to this point and you didn't get bored and annoyed by my weird and barely understandable French accent, I guess I should explain you now how I managed to shoot, to film this series of clips and these amazing sand wasps. First of all, I want to show you some footage I made with a GoPro. Basically, I used the setting 120 frames per second and slowed it down. And see, you can really appreciate the movement of the wasp. Unfortunately, GoPros are wide angle, so it's not really designed to shoot close-ups. First of all, when you plan on shooting any animal, make sure you sit well, because you might stay there for a while. Then obviously make sure you're properly focused, especially with gigantic lens like this. And this is what you get with this setting. So it's like a 500 millimeters with extension tube, so it macro it's up, but it's not supposed to be like this. Okay, I went a bit fast. Let me show you something. So with this setting here, I shot the next scene. I'm gonna pass it to you at normal speed, and you're gonna tell me what you see, right? This one. Again. Could you see anything? Well, let me show you, like, slow down like 12 times or 16 times, I don't remember. So see, that's why you need like a fast camera. So many action passes in half a second. At some point, you have to use the normal gun, not the big gun, but the normal gun, a macro lens. This is a 60 millimeters, really sharper, crisper. The colors are amazing. Just use the right tool. That's the way to go. But sometimes, you like to try stuff, don't you? And obviously, to get the immersive point of view, well, just put the camera on the floor, drop the tripod, and look at that. You really get to know them as if you were living with them. Before you go, remember that, this little guy never attack. They can sting you, but you have to attack them really badly or stamp on them or something. So please don't get rid of them and let them make your garden a better place. Take care.